In this tutorial, I will walk you through the steps on how to create your very own lightsaber in Inkscape version 0.45. Alright, let me explain why it's necessary to draw a lightsaber in the first place. My son, who is a budding illustrator, wanted to know how to draw a lightsaber, so we sat down together and figured it out. I'll keep the design of this lightsaber very simple for the sake of this tutorial, but perhaps you can pimp yours up a little bit more. And remember, all great Jedis design their very own custom lightsabers. So let's begin. First thing we'll do is draw a rectangle. Okay, that ought to do. We'll duplicate this, and I'll align both of these together. I'll change this color just a little bit. Okay, I'll duplicate the bottom, and we'll snap it to our next rectangle. Okay. Next, I'll duplicate our top. I'll convert this to a path, and I'll delete this node right here. I'll give us a triangle, and I'm going to make this just a little curved, and there we go. Snap this together. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is take this middle rectangle and convert it to a path. I'm going to pull out on these segments right here just a little bit. Just a little bit of a curvature. There we go. Next, I'm going to draw another rectangle. I'll move this down here. Okay, and I'll center this up with our align tool. Duplicate this. Make this just a little bit thinner. There we go. And I'll make sure that these are aligned. Select both of these. Okay. I'll duplicate the end again. Slide it over. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in on the bottom. Push this one in just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to take our Bezier tool. And we'll just fudge this and get it close. There we go. And I'm going to change the stroke. Make it rounded. And we'll make this just a little thicker. It'll kind of give us an end cap. Zoom back out. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is draw a rectangle. That ought to work. Make it just a little bit thicker. There we go. Okay. I'm going to draw a circle. It's kind of small. I'm just making some random items to put on the lightsaber. Take our Bezier tool. Okay, we'll make this dark. There we go. Duplicate this. That's not quite what I want. Let me zoom in on it here. Change our stroke. A little bit bigger. Okay. duplicate this, slide that up, I'll duplicate it again, Okay. I'll zoom out, and that's pretty much it right there. But we do need to make a kind of a three-dimensional effect. So what we're going to do is draw a rectangle, and we'll make it white, and we'll shut the stroke off, and we're going to give this a blur and make it slightly transparent. It'll give us just a little bit of shine. There we go. Okay, that's pretty much the handle. I'll go ahead and take this whole thing and group it together, and we'll move it off to the side. Next thing I'll do is draw a rectangle. Okay, we'll give this thing a stroke. Make it rounded, and we'll make sure that the stroke is thick. There we go. Alright, now you want to make sure that your stroke color is the color of your actual lightsaber. So we'll change this to like a red here. There we go. And before I give this a blur effect, we're going to change this to a path. And we're going to pull in these corners just a little bit, make it just a little bit thinner. Okay, that ought to do. Okay, give this a blur effect. Kind of blurry. There we go. And we're going to have to make this just a little bit longer. So we'll zoom out, and we'll pull this up and make this just a little bit thinner. Okay, and that's pretty much the lightsaber portion there. So I'm going to take this and push it behind everything and center it up with our handle. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. Make sure that we've got this long enough, and I'll make it just a little bit longer. Okay, now this is a little hard to see, but I'm going to take the whole thing and group it together. Okay, then I'm going to change its size. Scale this thing down just a little bit. And I know this is hard for you guys to see, but I'm just going to rotate this and get it back on our page. And I'll zoom back up here. Okay, and that's our lightsaber. Now the next thing you can do, it's no fun just to have one. You've got to fight somebody, so we'll duplicate this. And we'll mirror it over. There we go. Now I'm going to take this and ungroup it. Take one or the other. Take this one right here, and we're going to change its color. Blue ought to do. And there you have it. You have a couple lightsabers in Inkscape. So thank you for watching. I'm HeathenX.